if you don't believe that you can lose weight, then you probably won't. And there's a real reason for that. So in our brains, we've got something called the reticular activating system. So it's a long old word. You don't need to remember it, but our RAS is something that aligns our thoughts with the things that we notice around us. So, for example, if you're somebody who's trying to get pregnant, all of a sudden what you start seeing is pregnant women, parents with young children, because you've been thinking about pregnancy and babies. Similarly, if you decide that you're going to buy a new car and you've never really noticed that model of car before, and then all of a sudden all you're seeing is that car model in the colour that you're going to buy it in, because your thoughts are aligned with what you're noticing around you in your environment. So if you're going into your diet with positive thoughts, if you're going into your new healthy lifestyle thinking, I can do this, I'm going to make a start and I'm going to just keep making improvements as I go along, you're going to start picking up on all of the things that you could be doing to progress forwards. So for example, you're at work, somebody's got a fantastic insulated lunchbox and you think, oh wow, brilliant, I'm going to get myself one of those because then I can keep my food nice and fresh and I'll be able to bring nice fresh healthy salads to work every day. Or you see somebody carrying one of these ginormous 2-litre water bottles and you think, oh great, I'm going to get one of those because that's going to help me to achieve my water intake habit. If you start off your diet thinking, oh God, how long is this going to last? Then you're already going to be thinking, I've got that party in 2 weeks' time. Yeah, it's going to be buffet food. Probably going to end up eating the buffet food, ruining the next 2 weeks of hard work. Is there any point even starting? So if you're going in with a negative mindset, you're going to see all the problems that you're facing. If you're going in with a positive mindset, you're going to be finding solutions to the hurdles that you're going to face. And ultimately, if your experience has always been, I'm going to follow this 6-week plan, this 8-week plan, this 12-week plan, and I'm going to see results, then your experience has always been that this is a short-term change, or this is a short-term goal. In actual fact, this is a goal with no ending, because we can always constantly improve our lifestyle to make ourselves healthier. And the reason we can constantly improve is because we learn new things all the time through scientific advances and studies which help us understand how to look after ourselves better. So a healthy lifestyle is something that we're just constantly working on. And when you start to accept that starting this new regime isn't a 6, 8, 12-week plan, there isn't a holiday or event that we're focusing on. We're focusing on long-term changes forever. And that's the second sort of thing that we need to overcome, is that in the past you may have thought, well, do you know what? I'm just not worthy of being a healthy person. I've always been unhealthy and probably always going to be unhealthy. And you're already sabotaging any progress. So unfortunately, we often put an identity on ourselves. So you might identify yourself as somebody who's always lived a relatively unhealthy life, and there may well be, reasons for that. You need to adopt the mindset of being somebody who is healthy, and it's kind of like that fake it until you make it adage, where if you approach a decision with the mindset of somebody's that is healthy, then you're probably going to make the healthy choice. And eventually, those choices that you make, believing that you're the healthy person, will accumulate to become healthy habits and eventually to have inner health. And so although you might at the moment have the mindset of somebody who's just always been unhealthy, hasn't really looked after themselves, then that's the way it's going to continue to be. Whereas if you can try and adopt the identity of somebody who has healthy habits, when you're faced with the choice of, do I have that biscuit that's in the office because somebody's brought them in today and it's really, really tempting? Or do I say, no, I'm going to make myself my hot drink without having the biscuit to go with. I brought something healthy in with me, and as soon as I walk away from the biscuits, I'm going to forget about them anyway. So trying to adopt a new identity alongside your new healthy lifestyle will help you to stick to your goals for longer, even if it's not the natural process for you. When you constantly tell your brain, I'm a healthy person, I make healthy decisions, this is what I'm going to do going forwards, eventually your brain will trigger in and be like, yeah, we're healthy and we make healthy decisions, and all of those healthy decisions have an accumulative effect. The third issue is working on how we can change our experiences. So to date, if you've gone through diets and you've been successful in losing weight to a point, and then either you haven't met your goal or you've met your goal and then the weight has regained over time, then you can often just believe that you're just not able to lose weight in the long term and lead a life in a sort of a body that's being treated in a healthy way. So what do I mean by that? Well, when we're approaching everything in life, we approach it with the experiences that we've had in the past and the beliefs that we've attributed to those experiences. So for example, one of my personal limiting beliefs is that I cannot eat one Whisper bar. If I have one, I'm probably going to eat 4. Now, that's because in the past, when I've gone to eat a nice chocolate bar, I struggle to stop at 1 and I keep eating until I've eaten 4, maybe 6 or more. And so my belief is that if I eat 1, I'm going to eat more. And that's because my experience has always been that. So sometimes when we're going into a diet, we're like, oh my God, I cannot do this forever. I wish I wasn't so greedy. I can't eat 1 cookie, I've got to eat the whole pack. I can't eat 1 chocolate bar, I've got to eat the whole pack. I can't eat 1 bag of crisps, I've got to eat the multi-pack. And that's because that's been your previous experience, and then everything just seems completely overwhelming and you think that life's always going to be miserable because you can never eat chocolate or crisps again. We can change our experiences, and by changing our experiences, we can change our beliefs. So whilst at the beginning of a healthy lifestyle, you might want to really avoid the hedonic foods that you can't stop eating and identify those as a trigger while you're trying to lose weight. When you get to a position where you're starting to feel strong in the habits that you've built, you can then start changing your experiences around food. So allowing yourself to have that Whisper bar, in my case, or that packet of crisps, and stopping and having that new experience of, do you know what, I can sit down, really enjoy a chocolate bar and then stop. And part of that is doing it mindfully. Part of it is not eating on the go and just not really savouring the moment of enjoying the thing that you consider to be a treat. But it's building new experiences so that you actually have the belief that, yes, you're somebody who does have control over what they eat. And it's absolutely possible to make those changes. But at the heart of it all is belief that you can change, belief that you can be successful, belief that this is something that you can do for the long term, to allow yourself to live a much, much healthier life. And we have to remember that at the heart of this is health. Some people are very, very healthy with a higher BMI. So even if your BMI is 30 and you're classed as obese, if you're living an honest, healthy lifestyle, and when I say honest, I mean you have to be honest with yourself, because I think sometimes we can be a bit deluded, and because we know what we should be doing. We sometimes believe that we are doing those things, even if we're not. So we do need to be careful. The knowledge needs to be there, but ultimately it's the action and making those healthy choices as much as you can that's going to help you to build a super healthy lifestyle for the long term. I hope you found that helpful. Any questions, just add them in the comments. If you've found that helpful, please like the video. It really helps me to know that I'm doing a good job. And if you want to have notifications for when my next video is uploaded, then just subscribe to the channel. Okay, take care, bye.